Hey, what's up and hello? This is the Chris Nicole giving you my views on life, love, and the world of entertainment through my eyes. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, depending on what time you are watching this live. Hello, hello, hello. First late night live. I think this is my first live where it's this late, I guess, for the East Coast. Hello, hello, hello. Hey, Nene. Hey, Mimi. Hey, Shayla. How are you guys doing this wonderful evening? Hope all is well. Hope all is well. All right, you guys, we are going to get into this. Let me tell y'all something. It is only day 4, not 4, but 4. We are only in day 4 of 2024. And baby, things are kicking off like no other. Like no other. But I said the energy was out there. I've been feeling the energy since 2023. And we literally, I think we're truly about to get a lot of people exposed this year. This is truly the year of truth and exposure. And not necessarily just anyone, but people who, for a very long time, have been able to keep their BS under wraps. It just seems like that's just what's going on. So we're about to get into it. Hey, Tamika. Hey, hey, hey. Make sure you hit the like button on the way in. Can you guys hear me loud and clear? I'm assuming you can. Let me see. Yes, you haven't, Tamika. You haven't. You haven't. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yes, it is definitely the year of exposure. It is. And you know what? Hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. All right, so let's get started. So let's see here. Okay, so we're going to just get him out of the way. Jeffrey Epstein. Now, they kept talking about, if you guys just been hearing this, they had this big countdown that this list was going to come out about all the people who were at this island. They kept talking about it. And it was a big thing. And people were even making all of these videos about who's going to be on the list, who's going to be on there. So, first of all, it's over 900 pages, okay? 900 pages. But they found, I guess, some of the names on this list. Now, I don't know if there's even more that are going to get revealed. But at the end of the day, they have celebrities like Bruce Willis. Hey, Wanda, Cameron Diaz, Kate Blanchett, whatever her name is. Hey, Nivea, Kevin Spacey, Naomi Campbell, Leonardo DiCaprio. Of course, they've mentioned Bill Clinton, Donald Trump, Michael Jackson. I'm like, that man ain't even here to defend himself. But the biggest thing is that pretty much it says they have not been accused of helping Epstein in any capacity or doing anything illegal or wrong. Pretty much they were only mentioned because they have been seen. So my thing is this, then what the hell do we need to see this list for? I don't know about y'all. My thing is, if you're going to put a list out there, put a list out there with people who have actually done some shady, trifling stuff. But just to put a list out there of people who have been to the island, I'm sorry. This seems a little bit, how can I put it? A distraction, maybe? I don't know about y'all, but I'm like, what is the point of this list? I mean, if that's the case, probably the maids are on the list too. What is the point? And this is when I was just like, okay, what is this? What is this? You know, and I honestly don't feel we're ever going to get an official list. I'm sure some people have been removed. Let's just keep it 100. Let's just keep it 100. I am sure people who have been to that island, everyone is not going to be listed. But my thing is, you made this big deal. It has been in the news all over the place about this list. And then the list come out and y'all say, well, it doesn't mean they did anything. It's just that they were at the island. Then what? Keep the damn list. What's the point? What is the point? So I'm annoyed and I'm just like, what is this? And what kind of distraction is it creating for something else that maybe they don't want us to talk about? That's what I'm thinking. Because I'm just like, there is no way in hell y'all waited all this time and made it sound like it was about to be a big deal. And then this is what y'all come up with. So I don't know. What do y'all think about this? What up, Jay? What up, Jay? I believe they knew something. It is to deter. I agree. The list was pointless. Brother love was removed. Money will remove, but only for so long. Yeah, I mean, especially when spiritual alignments come into play, money can't help you. Let me repeat that again. When spiritual alignments come into play, money won't help you. So, but I just know one thing. I know this list was pointless. It was pointless. Now, I'm sure people on this list are trying to do some PR, I guess, maybe because of the fact that just having their name attached to this man looks bad. But something tells me there's way more people on the list. So I'm like, what's the damn point? I was just like, what, really? Like, y'all have really lost y'all freaking minds with this nonsense. Like, no one cares at this point because it's not like you're saying that they did something that was illegal. So, I mean, these people run in the same circle. So just being at his island does nothing. That proves nothing. So it was a waste of damn time. And that's one thing I wanted to talk about. The list was a waste of time. Ain't nobody got time for this nonsense. If y'all not putting people out there that really did some F shit, do not waste our time. Because truly at this point, I think everything that's going on, people are tired of people BSing and lying and BSing and lying. People want the truth. And if you about to sit up there and BS and not give us the truth, then keep your damn list. Keep your freaking list. Allegedly, I heard that there were 200 people on the list. Apparently, but guess what? They claim these are the only quote unquote names that we really know. Some high profile people. I'll call bullshit, but okay. So moving on. I just wanted to say it was a waste of damn time. I might even change my title to "It was a waste of damn time." I'm over this nonsense. I'm over people playing this cat and mouse game when it comes to names of people, especially people that you may be claiming did some illegal, shady SA type of stuff. Stop playing these games. Like, no one had, do you know how many victims are out there and y'all want to play these games with us? Like, ain't nobody got time for this. Ain't nobody got time for it. What up, y'all? What up, Teef? What up, Yuli? I think I said what up to you, Wanda. So at the end of the day, I just wanted to say that. Keep your damn list. So moving on. Child, didn't we just talk about him a month or two ago when freaking what's his name was talking about giving it to him in his back meat? Yeah, Saucy Santana. Well, he's back in the news, and this is what I was talking about literally when I said I was taking a break, but it was just people was still getting exposed left and right. Well, DJ Academics, yeah, he's in the news again, and he is in the news because he is actually being accused of SA. All right. He is being accused of SA. All right. And so, interesting enough, one of his videos just randomly popped up on my YouTube. And then I started seeing other videos of people talking about this. And I was like, damn, like what the hell is going on? So I looked at a couple of his videos as much as I could watch, because at one point I was just like, okay, I'm really getting tired of hearing your same bullshit over and over again. But he literally, this woman right here is claiming that, there was several who pretty much had freaky tales with her, SA'd her, and said that she, was SA'd by men that was at his house, but also alleged that it was him as well, saying that when she woke up, he was on top of her and that a R kit was done. All right. So looking at DJ Academics, I looked at one of his videos, and how can I put this? This is just my opinion. All of this is alleged. All of this for educational purposes. I feel like looking at his video, this was a man that was trying to definitely make sure the public opinion was out in his favor. He talked about how this woman texted him after what happened to her. Now, I am not going to play the video. For those who have not heard the video, there is a video out there. I don't know how people obtain this video. I don't know if the police, because he even says the police raided his home. I don't know if they obtained it. I find it interesting that someone was able to get it. So, but what you hear, and the reason why I'm not going to play, because I know my female audience, and I know this would definitely be triggering, and I know my male audience, and for some of my males, this would be triggering. This girl is screaming at the top of her lungs. And it's not the screaming at the top of her lungs that you would think it would be. It's like very painful to hear. She's screaming like she's crying for help. Okay. And you can tell it's his home, because where he actually records, that room that we see all the time where he records, it's that room. Okay. And she is screaming at the top of her lungs. It made my stomach drop. It made my heart flutter. It's just not a video. Again, prepare yourself if you do want to listen to it. Okay. So with that, of course, he came out blazing on his YouTube page, and he started posting all of these text messages. And so I, made my little screenshots of it to kind of see what's going on. If you guys can see, like, I tried to put them in order. She's saying like terribly, terribly sorry. And he's like, I don't know what you want me to say. And one thing that I do not like is that he's doing a lot of LOLs in his messages. Apparently he's saying that he's in the blue. For the conversation that she's having, I don't see what the LOL is for. I don't get it. So he's like, what do you mean? What do you want me to say? You won, I suppose? ? And she said, I never meant for all that to happen. I know you can never look at me the same. And then she said, I think I should talk to someone about this. He says, what you mean? He says, I feel really sad, and I think I should talk to someone about it, like a therapist or something. Now, mind you, she is saying a lot of, she was in and out. It seems like she's trying to say she was in and out of conscious, like she really didn't know what was going on. She knows something happened, but she was not fully alert, which, of course, even if you're not fully alert, yes, SA still happens to people in that way. So the fact that he's trying to say that, I guess what he's trying to imply, and again, this is just from what he was saying, that she was very aware that she, I guess, allegedly slept with his boys at his house. Okay. And so she's saying, I'm hurt really bad. It's unlike me to do this. And I don't even know the other guy's name. So I was just laying there. And then he's like, you called. And then she said, I'm considering doing, test kit, blah, 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 blah. And so with that, he's like, I'm not sure what you want me to say. That's why I asked why you were here. If everything you did while I was sleeping, you were okay with doing. And you said, yeah. Now, in my opinion, he's in the blue. It seems like to me, he's trying to make sure he is covering his ass. All right. He's trying to make sure he's covering his ass. And so she's like, I was passed out for most of it, but I'd wake up now. And then I was in shock and I got most of the information from you. Before then, I never met the other guy. And then he's like, that's why I told you I don't judge, just trying to make sure you made the choice to do whatever you wanted to do. Do you understand why I'm just looking like, and this is him? Now, mind you, interesting enough, if you look at these text messages, it says July of 2022. We are in 2024. This came out, of course, at the end of 2023. I'm really confused as to why this is coming out now, besides the fact that maybe, just maybe, it took this long to build a case. I'm assuming. I don't know. But she says, always with you, but not this time around. I blacked out. I remember you waking me up during the night. And then he's like, they said you were trying to call in, bring your friend to join in. LOL. This is not funny, my dude. This is not funny. Like, at this point, if you're saying this is the order of everything, this is not a laughing matter. This is not cool. And then she's like, no call was made. I assume they leave at some point. It was just kind of awkward. And I mentioned I wanted to come with my friend to meet you. And then so she pretty much says to meet you. And then she said not to have, freaky tales with your friends. And then he got mad at me saying everything with AK has to go through me first and the whole bunch of creepy stuff. And he's like, I don't know. I'm getting two different stories. LOL again. I didn't ask him about anything. Now, he says during his live when he's showing all of this that mind you, he's claiming he's talking to his boys and he's texting his boys asking what's going on. That's why he's saying he's getting two sides of the stories. Now, interesting enough, again, I didn't see every single video. I thought I saw enough. If that is the case, I apologize. But what I do find weird is that he's showing all of her text messages, but I have not seen yet the exchange between him and these so-called friends. He's showing all of her text messages though, but where's the exchange between him and the guys? Where's that exchange? Because he said on his video that he was texting them saying, look, this girl is claiming such and such went on. And what happened? And they saying no, like everything was consensual. Well, where are those text messages, homie? Why are you just showing her text messages? Why are you just putting her out there? How about we see the exchange between you and them also? You and your so-called boys. And then she says, I wish I could see the entire video, how I got upstairs after the pool and when the other guy got. So this girl clearly was not coherent. She wasn't coherent. So at that point, when you're hearing that, ain't no LOL involved, homie. No LOL involved. I don't see how he claims he was asleep. I don't see how all of that screaming in that video, can you possibly not wake up? This girl was screaming at the top of her lungs. How do you not? And then at that point, to me, what it seems like to me is that she doesn't remember everything. She's even saying she doesn't remember everything. But clearly, even if you don't remember everything, when you have been essayed. Like it's one of those things where someone has tampered with you in some kind of way. Like, come on. So you can see in these text messages, and then he claims, like, when she says, I just mean the doctors, I don't know how this works. If a statement has to be taken, I don't want this to happen to any other person like that. She's knowing and feeling that she has been SA. And then he said, I'd rather be kept out of stuff like this. Definitely don't want to be in the middle person because everybody got different sides. And she said, that's true, but it happened at your house. I don't have to lie about anything or make up stories. And then he says, yeah, but I got no parts to do with what you guys did. LOL. Nothing is funny, my man. Nothing is funny. So this is why I'm saying, like, at this point, it's like, you not only, in my opinion, made yourself look even more guilty, but it shows that you clearly, like, a grown man who's really serious about this stuff. There is no LOL involved in this. You know what I'm saying? There is no LOL involved in this. And he's just, throughout these text messages, he's doing LOLs. I guess you won't be helping me to figure this out. That's okay. I know I'll need help because this is too much for me. Of course, I can help. You know, if I can help, I will. But I was sleeping for the whole thing. LOL. I don't know what your interactions were. So, you know, it's just like, so to me, it's like he's trying to get ahead of this, in my opinion. This girl even did a video and she looks like she's distraught and she's saying that everything, all of this stuff was done. The R kits were done. At this point, we're going to see what the courts decide, but it's either one or two things, because it's very clear at this point that DJ Academics, like so many others, for whatever reason, who are making it big, they're pick-me's. They're pick-me's. They definitely were not the most famous people probably growing up, probably were considered nerds, whatever the case may be. No one gave them a time of day. Now they have these huge platforms and they don't know how to act. And either their demented side is either showing who they truly are, or because they're pick-me's and they want to be like so badly, they are picking any type of entourage to be around them. And your entourage can bring you down just as much as you doing something to bring you down. So I don't know which one it is with him. I've always felt like DJ Academics is kind of corny to me. And I always have felt like he has been disrespectful towards women. We have definitely seen videos of him being disrespectful towards women. But you know, being disrespectful towards women and then being accused of SA, you know, that's definitely, the courts are going to have to handle it. But I just found it appalling. One, hearing that video of that girl screaming the way that she was screaming, it triggered me. And then on top of that, looking at these actual text messages that he posted, okay? And he's LOLing, like LOL. You're not taking this seriously. That says a lot about your character, in my opinion. A lot about your character. Because let somebody even hint to something like this that happened at my house and allegedly I was asleep. Oh, hell no. You know what? Come with your attorney, come with this, come with that. Let's call the police. Let's do a statement because this is unacceptable. Blah, 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 blah. No, it don't look like any of that happened. And this is based on his text messages. And he said because of the fact that she said it was at his house, that's why his house got raided. So when it all boils down to it, I'm not feeling this. It doesn't make him look good at all. It doesn't. So we're going to see what 2024 is going to bring for DJ Academics, because again, I've always said I find it interesting when it comes to men approaching him. When it comes to men approaching him, he don't have all of that. When it came to Saucy Santana approaching him, his ass cried. But when it comes to this woman, everything is a LOL and a joke. I don't find any of this funny. And in my opinion, a man with real character and integrity and morals wouldn't find any of this funny either. There's nothing LOL about it. So at this point, she's saying she's going to tell her story. She spoke out. I wouldn't be shocked if somebody gets that interview with her. The only way that I would say that she wouldn't do an interview right now is if legally she truly is taking action and her attorney or the police are telling her don't say a damn thing. That is the only reason why I would say that she's not going to get an interview like right now. But yeah, this is something is brewing with him, and it has been. And I think at this point, and because of the fact that allegedly he has also talked about underage girls before as well, allegedly. Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked if this is just the start of other women possibly coming out. I wouldn't be shocked. I would not be shocked. It only takes one. It only takes one to actually say something, then the other ones may follow suit. So he thinks that he was getting ahead of the game, and maybe with his, sheep-like fans, maybe they're willing to look at it. But based on what I saw and even some of the comments, some people was like, they may not necessarily be blaming him, but they're pretty much saying you're stupid as hell and you need to watch out for the people that you attract. And that could be the case as well. You know what I mean? You got too much to lose and you're having people like this around you. Your entourage can bring you down just as much again as you can bring yourself down. So we'll have to see about him. Please hit the like button on your way in. Please like, share, and subscribe. And so I don't know, but I'm gonna definitely pay attention to this DJ Academic situation and this girl. I truly pray that whatever the truth is, the truth gets justice. That's it. I'm just looking for the truth. I hope the truth gets justice, but I do know that that video of her screaming is it's triggering, y'all. Just prepare yourself. I wouldn't even put it up here because I know it would trigger people. So if you are going to listen to it, prepare yourself. That's all I got to say. Prepare yourself. So let's get to it. Let's talk about the GOAT. And baby, I do not say the GOAT often, because when it all boils down to it, a lot of people are real quick to call people the GOAT at this point. But let's just be clear here. Katt Williams did a interview with Shannon Sharpe on his podcast called Club Shay Shay. All right. And Club Shay Shay, I want to say it literally posted maybe a day or two ago. And that video, that almost 3-hour video, is already almost at 10 million views. If that ain't GOAT material, I don't know what the hell is. Some of y'all favorite artists can't even get 10 million views on their new video in 24 hours. And this man was just sitting down talking his talk and got 10 million views. Club Shay Shay, Club Shannon Sharpe, about to get paid. Do you hear me? Okay. I literally sat down, and not only did I watch the whole thing, I watched the separate clips and then I watched it again. Katt Williams, I don't care where he is. I don't care what's going on, but if he is willing to sit down and interview with you, if you just grace his presence for just 20 minutes, 30 minutes, not only is he going to sit up there and drop some bombs, but he also drops jewels as well. He dropped a lot of jewels. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. All right. So first things first, these are just some of the guys that he talked about. Okay. We got Ricky Smiley, Cedric the Entertainer, Steve Harvey, Tyler Perry, Kevin Hart, and Faison Love. All right. And so one thing that I just cannot appreciate about this sheep mentality that we have with a lot of people nowadays is that people want to automatically say that Cat Williams is bitter, he's a hater, he's jealous, he came on there, shots fired, he just was going in for, and it was unnecessary. First things first. Um, Cat Williams specifically did state, for people who actually wanted to listen and be unbiased, he stated why he wanted to talk about and wanted to come on the actual Club Shay Shay show, because he said people were lying on him. Okay? People were lying on him. So he said Ricky Smiley came on there lying about the Friday After Next. He says Cedric the Entertainer came up there lying on him. So he wanted to set the record straight. That was his reason. It would have been different if no one said anything about him and this man just sat down and started talking mess. No, he sat down because they were already speaking on him. Okay? That's the first thing. All right. So there were some people who possibly caught some strays, but at the same time, even people who caught strays, he explained why he brought their name up in the first place. So let's start off with the fact that he said the formula is apparently light-skinned women, what he said, with weird faces. And somebody had the audacity to already post this after him saying that, showing all of the damn comedians, even some that he didn't talk about, because he didn't say anything about Eddie Murphy in a bad way, but he literally showed all of them with a light-skinned women that he claimed had weird faces. Cat Williams is a mess. But the fact that some people have already done this, you already know that this is going to be a topic for the next week or two. So I just wanted to show y'all this, that this is how fast the internet works. The internet is undefeated. So moving on. So shout out to, his name is Yealm Stacy, Yealm Stacy. He actually posted, because the first thing he really that stood out to me is that he said Cedric the Entertainer stole his actual skit, his comedy skit. And this was about how, you know what I'm saying, how black people be up in their car, you know what I'm saying, with the music blasting or whatever the case may be. He did a side-by-side comparison of when Katt did it on Comic View on BET versus when Cedric the Entertainer did it on the Kings of Comedy. Now, when he first started talking, because Katt does talk fast, he did like say 2019, 2018, but when Shannon's, I guess, producer told him to clear that up, he said, no, I did this back in 98, and then Cedric took it in 2000. And so because of this, of course, turning heads, and a lot of people are talking about it, this quote right here is pretty much Cedric the Entertainer saying that regardless of whatever Katt's opinion, my career can be reduced to one joke. Katt Williams claims as his, he wrote, I've been, over in 40 movies, my specials, my brand speaks volumes, and the people I have put on, including Cat in a Hat at the Gibson Amphitheater. Here's my problem, though. You damn sure didn't say he's lying. And see, I can't stand when people try to talk around shit. You did not say in this quote, he is lying, I did not steal his joke. He didn't say that. He's just trying to say it can't be reduced to one joke Katt Williams claims as his. But you're still not saying I did not steal from this man. And regardless on if it can't be reduced to one joke, artist to artist, comedian to comedian, you shouldn't be stealing people's shit, allegedly. And see, this is the problem that I have now. Apparently, he said this under Club Shay Shay comments. I couldn't find the actual comment, and I damn sure wasn't about to dig with all of those people who had made comments. So I found this actually in a news article based off of this and what he actually said, apparently under the Club Shay Shay Instagram comments. But this is what he said, and I'm like, you still haven't explained that you didn't. He lied. Like straight up say you lied. But again, people do their research. People do their research, and there's a side-by-side comparison, literally. And it's pretty much the same joke like Katt said, except that he does say spaceship versus what Katt said. It's almost identical. It's almost identical. Okay, Aspen, you're saying you saw a clip where he said that. Where did he say? You talking about on Club Shay Shay? Because if he said that on Club Shay Shay, Katt said that, and he said that he was lying, and now we have side-by-side comparisons of the whole car and the loud music thing, and literally them acting it out. It's just that one person that is doing it in the chair and the other one isn't. It's again, check it out for yourselves, but it damn sure looks like, yeah. It looks very, very similar. I'll just put it like that. It looks very similar. And so he talks about that. And honestly, Hit Dogs is hollering left and right, because as soon as he came out with this interview, baby Michael Blackson has come out, Ricky Smiley has come out, Big Worm, Big Perm, Faison Love has come out. They coming out the woodworks like Hit Dogs hollering. They literally. So when I tell you Michael Blackson, here he is. And I mean, my opinion, again, comedy art is subjective. I've never found Michael Blackson funny. And to be quite honest, for this generation, my favorite comedian is Katt Williams. There's never been a special on Katt Williams where I haven't laughed at something that this man has said. Some of these other people, like I feel like that is truly his niche, is stand-up comedy. Some other people, I don't think their niche was stand-up comedy. They just use that to get into movies and stuff. But that's truly, in my opinion, Katt's niche. That's what he's really good at. So, of course, Michael Blackson says his stuff. You know what I'm saying? He always do that mother sucker. And he's saying, he's never been booed ever, but he's watched Katt get booed in 2 cities. I honestly don't know if I believe that Michael Blackson has never been booed. And he said that, Katt Williams is very smart, and he took shots at the top 10 comedians alive today. Okay. And saying it makes him relevant again. We're about to get into this, because this just truly shows what people's versions of what relevance is and what it isn't. We're going to talk about this. And then he said, I'm so confused. I'm African with a fake African accent. My accent has had me roasted every day in school and the comedy clubs in America. I wish I could get rid of it. So he's just going in and in and in. And pretty much, he's just talking all of this mess. If you ask me, this made Michael Blackson relevant, not Katt relevant. This made Michael Blackson, him bringing up Michael Blackson made Michael Blackson more relevant. But that's my opinion. But again, I am not a fan of Michael Blackson. Someone may disagree. Then this fool trying to act like he Suge Knight. They posted today on the Art of Dialogue, he literally said that Katt Williams is a very overrated, or one of the most overrated comedians out there. And he had the nerve to say it was due to the fact that he hasn't been in a lot of movies. He hasn't been in a lot of TV shows. He's just a one-trick pony, X, Y, and Z. And this is coming from him. Mind you, the last relevant movie role that I remember him in was almost 30 years ago in 1995, called Friday. I haven't really seen Faison Love since then. But he's calling Katt Williams a one-trick pony. Mind you, Katt Williams has been in movies. Katt Williams was doing Wildin' Out at one point, and he was the star really of Wildin' Out. Every time he went up there, everybody was clapping and cheering because they knew Katt Williams was going to roast. But this is the problem that I have. He compared all of this stuff from movies to TV shows. Mind you, movies and TV shows that, okay, Faison Love has definitely done some work, but comparing, I would say Katt Williams is more relevant than Faison Love. But I think Katt Williams has made it very, very clear that he's not an industry guy. When he came out here, he tried the industry. He realized the industry wasn't for him, so he created his own lane. So my whole thing is this. You guys keep coming for a man who does not want the industry that you guys crave to stay relevant in. He doesn't want it. He has stated it that he doesn't want it. He said he wants to remain a virgin in his back meat. That's what he said. He said he wants to literally be able to do things his way. So the fact that they're trying to say that, mind you, this man stated that he's on his 19th 100 city tour. He has had multiple comedy specials on Netflix where he said he is getting 8-figure deals. Faison Love, when the last time you had an 8-figure deal, if ever? And let's be honest, some of the people that he's actually named, I would like to know if some of them have had 8-figure deals. Granted, we know Kevin Hart, which that's another thing we got to get into, because he pretty much said Kevin Hart was an industry plant. He said the industry plant was doing all of his comedy on the East Coast, and all of a sudden he gets out here and he has a deal, a leading role, and everything else. He said, where the hell do they do that at? And who has ever done that before him or after him? Now, I understand what he's saying. Now, I do remember Kevin Hart before he was Kevin Hart. I think he was in a couple of movies that were based out of New York. Because I remember him on a movie. I don't know if you guys remember the movie Along Came Polly. Along Came Polly, that was with Ben Stiller and Jennifer Aniston or whatever her name is. He was in that movie and he was like doing like cameraman work or whatever the case may be. So he was in that movie. But maybe he kind of paid his dues in New York, but he's saying he an industry plant. And he sat up there and said that he said Ricky Smiley and Tyler, he said, as a matter of fact, after Ricky, he said, blatantly lied about the Friday After Next, trying to say that he was supposed to play the pimp. He said the next time they worked together, he put in his contract that Ricky Smiley had to wear a dress. He said, because look, he said he's all about what's believable, and Ricky Smiley and Tyler Perry, they are more believable and they play great characters as women versus men. Baby, when he said that, I was like, well, damn. I said, damn, now, Katt, I love you, but you wrong as hell if that was. Now, Ricky says that he's lying about that, but if he actually put that in a contract, Katt, you wrong for that. You wrong as hell for doing something like that. But at the end of the day, that's what he said. And he said that they are more believable when it comes to them being women. They can't play men worth their life. He said, but that's just what it is. And then of course with Faison Love, Shannon was like, you just gave Faison Love a stray. Like you just sat up there and brought him up and there was no reason. And he said, no, Faison Love said that anyone can get a Netflix special. He said, so where's his Netflix special? He was like, he don't have one. So how he gonna say something's easy to get that he don't have? You know what I mean? So it was like, that's the thing. So he was just like, yeah. So when it all boils down to it, they keep coming at a man who's not willing to play the industry game. as if they're trying to make it seem like he wants that game, but yet he can't get it. When it all boils down to it, remember Katt Williams just got an Emmy not too long ago. He just got an Emmy, okay? Netflix is still Hollywood. You know what I mean? Like Netflix literally just gave Shonda Rhimes, and Shonda Rhimes, I think, got a Netflix deal for close to 300 million or something like that. Netflix is giving out deals, Hollywood deals. So my thing is that at the end of the day, he said in 2004, lies will be exposed. He even brought up Diddy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like, in my opinion, too many people are looking at these top celebrities as if that is the success. When in reality, if you really listen to the things that that man said, that's not really the success. The success is when you truly have the freedom to do what you love, be able to get paid for it, and be financially secure in it, and still have the freedom to say whatever the hell you want to say without any consequences. To me, that's freedom. Because see, there's so many people in this industry and even in other industries that can't say really what they want to say because of being afraid of being an outcast or blackballed or never being seen in the industry again, and how 1 minute their net worth is almost $1 billion, and then all of a sudden when they say something that's crazy or disrespectful, all of a sudden their net worth is half or less than that. Kanye West. So at the end of the day, and he even said my net worth that they got up there, I have more of that in my pocket. So that also was another thing that he kind of exposed, that this net worth that they always want to put out there, it really legit? Because they put his net worth out there like it's nothing, when in reality, this man has said before, he has never had a loan in his life. He's always had the means and the money to just take care of stuff. I would have to say that Katt Williams probably has more freedom than a lot of these people that he clowns. To me, that's freedom. In my opinion, that's freedom. That's my opinion, though. My opinion is you can sit up there and do what you love, get paid lots of money, and still be able to say, F y'all, F what y'all do, F the people y'all done screwed over. He even went in on Tyler Perry and said Tyler Perry ain't putting people on. He said people can still sit up there and walk through, the people that he hasn't acting and stuff, they can still walk through the mall and not be discovered. He said Tyler Perry ain't putting people on. And he said he ain't scared of nothing. He said because Satan can't create anything. And he said that includes blessings for his people. Baby, he went there. He said Satan can't create anything, and that includes blessings for his people. And he said the number one thing that people do who sold their soul in the industry is to act like it never happened. Let me repeat that again. He said the number one thing that someone does who sells their soul in the industry is to act like it didn't happen. Like I said, he was dropping jewels. He was clowning and he was doing the comedian. You know, of course, he's a comedian. So he was clowning, but he was still dropping jewels that made you say, huh, okay, that's interesting. And so when he also mentioned the whole gatekeeper thing, he said Tyler Perry, he pretty much implied that Tyler Perry don't put people on. And he said, and this is why it's like, why get upset about people saying that there's gatekeepers when clearly you keep showing that there are gatekeepers. And what, in my opinion, he was saying is the reason why people say that you're gatekeepers because you are the only one out of your whole circle that can really reach that height of success. So that's why they're saying certain people are gatekeepers, because it almost comes off that you are not going to help other people. You are going to use people, but you're not going to really help them be able to create their own wealth. You know what I'm saying? Because of the fact that you're going to do what you need to do for you and you only. So that he definitely was putting it out there. He was putting it out there, but I love when people are willing to be honest in this way. I love when people are willing to be honest in this way. That's why I said, who truly has the freedom here? Who has the real freedom? Is it Katt, or is it everybody that he talked about? You know what I mean? Because Katt is consistently working and he's doing it independently. He put his own money into his first comedy special, his tour that resulted in his first deal, I believe, with Netflix. All of the stuff that he does with his tour is all him, his own company. And then when he does the tour and he shows how many seats were sold, then he sells it to Netflix. So to me, the fact that he's able to do all of this stuff on his own and he doesn't have to beg anyone to actually be able to get in ahead, to me, that's ultimate power. I don't know, y'all. What do y'all think? I feel like that's ultimate power. Now, the reality is that no, he hasn't been on like a major hit show, but let's also be honest here. We don't have that many Black sitcoms out there that much anymore either for Black comedians to be on. So I don't know where that's coming from, because yes, Faison Love was on a TV show back in the day, but back in the 90s, we had a lot of Black sitcoms for Black comedians to be on there. So, but again, they keep, nobody sat up there and literally, they try to attack Katt Williams, trying to make it seem like he's bitter and he's a hater. When in reality, I kind of wonder if we put the bank accounts and the spiritual accounts and the mental accounts and line them all up, who's living better spiritually, financially, and everything else? Who's really living better? Who's living better? My guess, in my opinion, it would be Katt. And he even mentioned, of course, Steve Harvey. And Steve Harvey hating on Bernie. He said that. And honestly, I heard that. I think that's been out there for a minute, that Steve Harvey went behind his back and took a role, or was trying to take a role from him. And he knew that before he passed. He was very aware of that. He was very aware of that, apparently, and they weren't even talking or getting along. And we clearly know, in my opinion, I'm not going to say clearly, in my opinion, when it came to the Kings of Comedy, we knew who shut that down. We knew who shut that down, and it wasn't Steve, it wasn't Cedric, and it wasn't DL. It wasn't. We know who shut that down. Yeah, he talked about his lace front. He talked about how he didn't do stand-up. Steve Harvey didn't want to do stand-up anymore after Katt roasted him. And I remember that night that he roasted him on stage, talking about his hairpiece. Like, Katt Williams is not one to play with. Like, that is one guy, when he is on a roll, you better watch the hell out. Because he ain't afraid of nobody. And I think that's what I'm saying. That's the real freedom, that you can say what you want and no one can mess with your bag. Can Kevin Hart say what he wants to say? Can Steve say what he wants to say? Can Cedric say what he wants to say? Can Ricky say what he wants to say? Real talk. Or do they all have employers? Like, let's think about it here. Can they really say what they want to say? Because let's just say at this point, Netflix stopped giving Katt deals. He still has enough credibility out there to still go on tour and do stand-up comedy and still sell out. He said he doesn't even promote his shows. He doesn't even promote his shows. He don't go out and promote his shows. When people know that he's on tour, he sells out. So when it all boils down to it, he doesn't even need the Netflix deal. Of course, it's great to have that on top of what he gets on tour, but he doesn't need it. To me, that's the ultimate power. When you guys really think about it, a lot of people think all of these deals and all of these people with all of these millions of followers and stuff, I don't necessarily know if that's the ultimate freedom and that's the ultimate life. Now, it may be for those particular people. But the fact that they continue to say that this man is a hater and he's bitter, I did not get bitter. I did not get hater from him. I'm going to tell y'all the real deal, and it is what it is. You can take it or leave it, because at the end of the day, they don't pay my bills. I pay my own bills, and I can sleep at night knowing that I'm a stand-up guy. I look out for people. I make sure they get paid just like I get paid. To me, that's ultimate freedom. That's the ultimate power move. Exactly. When you're a stand-up person, you don't have to tell it. But to me, I guess people are trying to say, why is Katt saying anything? Katt didn't start this off, just like with that Wanda girl in Atlanta when he went off on her. She kept coming for him. And then he was like, look, you keep coming for me, I'm going to show you who I am. And he showed who he was. But he just never sits up there and just randomly comes for people. He was honest about living in a trailer with his son and kids, mama, while filming. Yes, he was. He was very honest about his life. Very interesting past. He even said Steve Harvey lied about him being homeless. He said Steve Harvey wasn't homeless. That was my story. Which, interesting enough, he said that his son knocked out his 2 front teeth. I don't know if y'all remember the Friday After Next, but his teeth did look weird in that movie, and I thought that was the part of the comedy skit, but maybe in fact his teeth were like that because of what he said his son did, because that bathroom scene when he reversed that whole scene on what it was supposed to be, and when he changed it in that part when he was like pimping, he showed his teeth, and I was like, okay, maybe this is a part of the skit, but I'm like, oh no, maybe those are his teeth, his actual teeth. But yeah, he seems like a very humble guy who truly is about elevating people and truly helping people. And he's not intimidated by other people being able to reach the same height as him. He even said, people who I put on are even funnier than me. Because when you really have talent, you don't have to be intimidated by other people's talent. And let me be honest, even more. If you're truly an artist, you don't have to steal other people's shit. You don't have to steal other people's material. And that is one thing that I constantly hear being from La La Land, is that people always want to say everybody steals, everybody uses other people's stuff. You know who people who say that? People who are not original and don't have the skill set to be original. I don't believe that imitation is the best form of flattery. I think imitation is the best form of laziness. Because if you're truly talented, you can be inspired by someone, but when you straight up copy and paste someone's stuff, that's lazy. And that really shows the lack of talent that you really have. Let's just keep it a buck. You know what I mean? Like that to me, and unfortunately, it does seem like the more people take, the more people steal, the more people are not original, the more they elevate. And maybe they're elevating because they're easier to manipulate and be puppets. I don't know. Wanda came for him and he opened the door. He sure the hell did open that door, busted wide open, burnt down the house. He did all of that. He was going in on Wanda's lies. Yes. To the point where her husband literally tried to run up on that dude. Like, it was just like, seriously? Reading 3,000 books a year is amazing. Exactly. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Child, well, you went there, of course. Yeah, but I mean, honestly, he definitely, you can tell. And he even made a comment about him being, did he say he was the richest guy or something, like he's the richest guy out there? I don't think he was just talking about money. I think he was talking about how spiritually he's rich, how his soul is rich, how he can sleep well at night because he knows his talent and his ability, and he knows that he has helped people reach certain heights. That's what he was talking about as far as rich and wealth. It's not just about the money like some of these fools. It truly is about having a well-balanced life and being able to have impact on people, and not impact on people worshiping you and doing idolatry, but actually being able to help people and also be able to have them build generational wealth as well. You know what I mean? Like that's what it's about. And to me, Katt is a good example of that. He is a black man who is about helping other people build wealth and build their success. That is true artistry and true community building, because back in the day that used to happen a lot. Keenan Ivory Wayans was a good example of that. How many careers did he put on? How many careers did Keenan Ivory Wayans put on? Plenty. You know what I mean? That's what it's really about, being able to help other people come up. Now, I know, unfortunately, in this day and age, sometimes it can be hard to help people because some people don't appreciate it, or some people do some trifling stuff. But for the most part, there are still good people out there that you can lift up, very talented people. And instead of taking their stuff, you can build them and you can help them and be able to get them to succeed just as much as you. I mean, it's not that hard. He followed God's plan. All we need to do, exactly. Be honest and true to yourself always. Exactly. Hey, Liz. Not even that. He left at 13. Yeah, 13 years old. 13 years old. It sounds like to me, Katt he was a genius. That if his all of that, based on what he said, and again, he may have exaggerated certain things for comedy purposes, but Katt has never come across to me as being a blatant liar, like some people were trying to imply. I don't think he's a liar. I don't think he's a liar. But the story that he told, it was destiny. It was really God's plan for him to be where he is. And he said he studied people and he really came up in a comedy world. He was meant to do what he's doing. You know, he was meant to do what he was doing. It's just, it is what it is. There are some people who truly were born to do it. And then there's some people who were trained to do it. Or some people who were just put in positions and told to do it. How about that? Okay. Katt Williams was born to do it. Then you got some who was trained to do it. Then you got some where, like, he in his mind said, I don't know where the hell this person came from. And then you just plop them in front of us and you telling us that we got to like them and accept them and praise them for this talent that I've never seen before. He talked about that type of stuff. So yeah, certain people was born to do it. Katt Williams is definitely one of those people that even in an industry that he said, hell no, I'm not about to do it, I'm not about to go there, he was still able to create his own lane, and still to this day is able to sell out 100 city tours. Like, that's amazing. Honestly, I don't know any other comedian that has been able to really withstand the test of time. Like, he's been able to do all of this. This is his 19th tour, he said. I don't know any other comedian who was able to do that. Like, I don't know anybody else who's done that. Even Richard Pryor. Katt Williams, Katt Williams is that dude. He is that dude. What up, Support Gaming? What up, Support? What up? Like, you are born for, aw, you so sweet. Brother, you so sweet. How Steve Harvey stealing jokes with those big ass teeth, though, child. And he said that country bumpkin couldn't make it in Hollywood because he don't know how to talk. When I tell you, Kat, I was on the floor. I had my popcorn. I had to make sure I had something to drink because if you wasn't careful, a kernel of that popcorn was gonna be stuck in your throat. That you didn't know what he was about to say. Oh, look at y'all being so sweet. Oh, that's how you know he steals because of them teeth. The more he steal, the bigger his teeth get. That's what y'all trying to say. Well, if we hi, Makisha, are you new? Well, if we think about it, almost everyone he name dropped is going through it right now. You know what, Makisha? Hold on now. Makisha got us thinking. Let me think. Kevin is going through something because that assistant just put something out there. Let me see who else. Steve. Well, what is Steve going through right now that was big? You mean maybe some people where they not really necessarily getting like the jobs, maybe? But you know, you got me thinking. Welcome, Makisha, y'all. Are you new? I don't think I've ever seen you before. Are you new here? Please like, share, and subscribe, girly. But yeah, you got us thinking. We critical thinkers over here. And then we critical thinkers over here. You may have a point. And like I said, Michael Blackson, I don't know what he's doing. So this is what I'm saying. Like people evaluate or they look at success differently. I don't look at success on how many social media followers you have and things like that. My version of success is that I don't have to walk on eggshells to be who I am, and I can still make my money and be able to take care of my family and create generational wealth and help others create generational wealth. That to me is true freedom. That to me is the teeth will tell it. Teeth, he stole those teeth, though. Plot twist. His full name is Mr. Steve Potato Head Harvey Sr. Oh, his wife, child. Which wife you talking about? Because he done had 3. Makisha, because why Ricky Smiley apologizing now. Is he apologizing? He told the truth about Tiffany, and we see how she's playing out. Right. Because remember, he talked about Tiffany with that Wanda interview because he was like, we don't even know a Tiffany joke because she ain't even been on tour yet to prove herself as a comedian, but they was willing to down Monique, who has been on the tour circuit for years. He has never had a problem speaking his mind. That scandal with him and his wife. You talking about Kevin Hart or Steve? He's been through something regarding his wife and her ex, Steve, that is. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, this is his 3rd marriage, child. So at this point, the thing going through big is he got that fat face, light skin, no shade. Steve was getting dragged for some fake AI mess and his wife. Yeah. You know what? You got a point, Makisha. You got a point. And that Epstein list coming out. Let's see. No, I already talked about that, Mickey. It's pointless. The list is not about anything. The list is just about people who was at the island, but it doesn't really show who was involved in illegal activity, which is why I said they wasting our time. Like, I'm so sick of this SA stuff and people playing a cat and mouse game about who they're willing to expose. Like, you either gonna tell it or you not gonna tell it. Like, I'm at that point. Oh, I've been a follower, just been hard to catch live. Well, welcome, girl. Welcome. He did say that Michael ain't doing nothing but wilding out. That's why he threw his name in the mix. Exactly. That's why I said at the end of the day, while he trying to say it makes Katt relevant again, anybody who's able to get almost 10 million views in less than 48 hours just talking, I don't think you can do that, Michael Blackson. I'm just saying. But Cat Williams just did it. Literally, it hasn't even been, I don't think, 48 hours, and he's literally close to 10 million views. Baby, he didn't have to do this to be relevant. Cat Williams is relevant, more relevant than you, in my opinion. Yes, Chris, Ricky did a 16-minute testimony with call and witness on his radio show. Well, I know that he claimed that he said something about just because they wear a dress doesn't mean that they're not masculine. He claimed, I thought that he also said that he still he still stands 10 toes down about the whole situation with the Friday scandal. So that's what he also said, apparently. But did he apologize after that? Let me hush before the man in black come get me. Katt is a pimp named Slickback for real, like a Tribe Called Quest. He says Steve White thinks like a man. Yeah, he sure did say that. Yeah, but why Katt say Chris wasn't Chris before he went? Yeah, he said that. He sure did say that. Katt has always been relevant. He just isn't thirsty for social media clout. And I'm going to keep that up there. Because, see, that's the thing. People think because if you want social media clout or you get social media numbers, that makes you relevant. Or because if you don't have it, you're hating. Some people don't want that. Some people like to stay low key and make their bag. Like, that's the thing. Some people don't want the celebrity of it all. And I think that is hard for people to comprehend. Some people don't want the celebrity. Some people just want to make money off of their talent and still live a private life and mind their business. And I think that's what Katt Williams is all about. And people can't comprehend that because Kevin Hart went on the Breakfast Club talking about something. You were supposed to be that guy. You were supposed to be that guy in Hollywood and you messed it up. Maybe because Katt didn't want to be that guy. And that's perfectly fine. He is still using his talents and still getting 8-figure deals. If that ain't a blessing, I don't know what is. 10 million views in almost 3-hour interview. Thank you, Tamika. Thank you, Tamika. Even these freaking so-called big stars are not doing that. If that ain't relevance, I don't know what is. So who's really hating here? Because from what I'm seeing, it seems like the people who are at the top, maybe they're more haters than the people at Katt level. Because they thinking they at a different level because they're in a higher stratosphere because of followers. When we don't really know what they did to get there. Maybe they really the biggest haters, which is why they're up there because they did a lot of F shit to probably get there maybe. We really don't know. But I tell you one thing, I feel that Katt Williams can definitely sleep at night. Even with them always trying to lock him up for whatever reason or whatever the case may be, he can sleep at night. Katt has never left the scene. He just became more choosy. Preach. He don't even tell us when he have shows. Exactly. He ain't got to do all of that stuff. He ain't got to do any type of tricks and stuff to get. Yeah, okay, so he apologized. He apologized for what exactly, though? Did he just say, I apologize or he apologized for something specific? Katt still does small roles. Yes, yes. Who remembers that one scene from the movie School Dance where Katt was in prison? I never watched that, but that was the movie that he did with Tiffany, right? School Dance. He said Michael called Chris Christmas, and I hollered when he said in Michael's voice, well, yeah, because he was like, you ever heard a grown man call somebody Christmas? One thing, like I said, one thing about Katt, he don't care who you are. He gonna give it to you raw. He don't care. He don't care. Maybe because Katt wanted to, he did say that. Dave Chappelle could have been that guy, but he walked away too. You know what, though? I think Dave Chappelle is still very industry, though. He's still very industry. He's still getting these blockbuster deals. So, because he got one of the biggest deals, I think, off of Netflix and some other place. And I want to say his CBS contract that he had, they redid his CBS contract. So I think he still has some like big industry relevance compared to Katt. Let me see. Katt Williams right about Tyler Perry. His actors aren't even all that. And he's trying to imply that maybe because Tyler Perry wants to be the only star. That's what he was, in my opinion, implying. He's the only one who can have the highest relevance and the highest amount of money. That's the way he was. That's what he was implying. Yeah, that was the one. People always act like Tyler Perry is this holy Christian faith person. Dave is a clone. Mickey. Really, I can't. Her Man in Black stuff, I tell you. Well, yeah, you know what? And here's the thing, and what is being exposed about him now too. Now, of course, Christian Keys ain't saying no names, but the reality is other people have been implying it, and he hasn't denied it either. So this is why even Katt said it. He said 2024 is gonna be the year of the lies being exposed. He even said that. People have been saying that. I don't know about y'all, but for people who have discernment or and are spiritually inclined, you can feel it in the air. You can feel it in the air. And it's again, it's not just randomly exposing people who are, it's about big wig people, people who are higher up. They're getting exposed left and right. It's crazy at this point. It's crazy at this point. But he even said it. Like, you feel it. You feel it. And it's like we literally we haven't even been a week in 2024 yet. And it's already bombs dropping. I don't know what 2024 is about to be. But I'm here for it. That's it. That's all. I am here for it. Because let me tell you something. I think 2024 is probably going to be the perfect example of what's done in the dark is coming to light. I think that's really what it is. What's done in the dark is coming to light. And I think that's the exposure, that there's going to be things that have been done in the dark for so long that are going to come to light. That's what I think. Well, that's obvious given the Medea character. Child, that clip with him laying. Oh, yeah, I showed that. Yeah, I did. I think that's when it really was like, what is going on here? I can't see Tyler Perry as a man. Imagine Shayla. I also believe in 2024, we are going to see the dismantling of mega churches. Yeah, that's another thing too. And that's what I'm saying. What's done in the dark is going to come to light. And that is also as well, not just about celebrities, but a little bit of everybody. A little bit of everybody. Yeah. So this is definitely about to be an interesting year. That's for sure. Even Kendrick Lamar said Tyler Perry is the face of Black trauma on his album. But you know, you got people with this mentality where they feel like you can't say nothing about these people. It's idolatry at its finest. Idolatry for real, for real. And it's sad. It's sad. It really is. 2024, the year of the dragon. Everyone is spitting fire, child. I guess so. I don't even know if it's the year of the dragon, but if it is, honey, maybe, look, maybe. Did anyone else see the interview when Tyler says sometimes he uses a Medea voice when he, oh, hell no, really? Oh no. Child, on that note, just the visual of that. Whew. Yes, it's the year of truth. Yes, it is. I'm disappointed in TD Jakes. I used to watch his sermons a long time ago. I never watched his sermons, actually. I never did. I've never been into mega church pastors, if I can just be honest. I've never been into them. I've never been into mega church pastors. I haven't. I haven't. Yeah, on that note, look, my whole face turned up here seeing that, Nene. That makes me wonder about not only him, but his, on that note, yes, on that note. So you guys, thank you guys. Thank you guys so much for coming for my little late night rant about all of this. But you know what, y'all? Look, again, day 4 only. I have a feeling I'm going to be doing more of these probably lives than doing reviews for shows. There's probably going to be more of me reviewing this type of stuff or giving opinions on all of the nonsense that's coming out versus doing reviews. Like I feel like that's going to be this type of year. You know what I'm saying? Face orange rage. I never trusted pastors or churches. They never teach the truth about anything. Just make a circus out of the word. Read it for you. Exactly. That's what I said before in my last video. You better just know that book, because you don't ever put your trust in man. Know that book for yourself. But with that being said, hold up. What about the super defendant in the LV court? Because I know I should have laughed, but I swear I watched that. Huh? Hold up about the super defendant in that. Uh, what? I don't know what you're talking about, Aspen. But on that note, y'all. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, I like to honestly, I like to have these type of conversations because I feel like we need to have this. People are yearning for more truth and they're yearning for more difference of opinions than that sheep mentality that we've been getting for the last 20 damn years. People want to hear different opinions and people want people to be able to look at different perspectives. And I think people are tired of the BS. They're tired of it. They want truth at this point. And that's why I said, does truth set you free? Because I don't think, like that movie says, I don't know if everybody can handle the truth. But when that truth come out this year about a lot of people who's been doing some crazy stuff, child, I don't know. I don't know. But with that being said, you guys have a wonderful, wonderful evening. I will see you guys probably this weekend with Love After Lockup. Of course, I still have to do the Bell Collector review, and I really don't want to do that because I'm so over that damn show. But with that being said, you guys definitely keep the actual comments going in the comment section of this live. Please like, share, and subscribe. Again, we all like to hear different opinions as long as you're respectful. Okay. And also debate the topic, not the person. Okay. Keep emotions out of this, people. All right. I know my Chris crew, they know how to do that, but some people don't. All right. So, with that being said, love you guys. See you on the next video. Have a wonderful evening. Toodles.